This is my go-to micro four thirds lens. It's my Olympus 12-100mm f2.8 Pro. It's a great all-rounder, and I'll be honest, it very rarely leaves my camera. But in tonight's video, I want to try a different lens. A closely related lens, but it might just be the perfect all-rounder for micro four thirds. I am of course talking about the Olympus 12-100 f4 Pro lens, the lens that is on my camera right now. Very similar focal ranges, slightly more telephoto, but other than that, a very similar focal range. There are a couple of key differences, so let's have a look at them and see what one's right for you. So the photograph I've just shown you is kind of my bag. It's long exposure photography. Not the best night for it, clear blue skies and very harsh light, but I decided I just wanted to punch in on the rocks and just show the motion of the waves around it. But that's not why we've come to Bempton Cliffs tonight. We're going to do some bird photography with an extremely inappropriate lens. Let's have a look, have a bit of fun and see what we can grab. Alright, so first of all I want to address the elephant in the room. At a 200mm full frame equivalent field of view, this is not a wildlife lens, this is just a bit of fun. One of the reasons I've come down to Bempton Cliffs to have a bit of fun with this is because, well, the birds tend to be on the cliff tops. You don't really need all that much reach to get some photos of them. And the sunset, and there's some nice light on the cliffs, and there's some nice light on some of the birds. This camera also has a bird AI autofocus tracking mode, so I've put it in that mode. All I have to do is half press the shutter and the camera will lock onto the birds and, well, does half the work for you. So let's see what we can do. Starting on the cliff tops, let's see if we get some birds in flight, see how this lens performs. So what then have I learned about using this lens tonight? Well, A, I don't have the patience to be a wildlife photographer, and it's not the lens for that. This is an all-round kind of lens. It's one that you would stick on the front of your camera and go for a walk with. Yes, the lens has image stabilization. Yes, it's weather sealed. Yes, it has that constant f4 aperture all the way through the zoom range, and those are all great features for a lens like this. Now I'm out using it in conditions at a place doing a kind of photography that this lens isn't built for, and I'm certainly not in my comfort zone zooming, but it is fun. I'll give it that extra little bit of reach over my other lens, that extra 20mm, it didn't have to make a difference.
Oh, that over there is puffy.
So let's have a little bit of fun. Let's use this extra reach to our advantage. I'm going to take a portrait photo of that one. That's Ava. I'm going to take a photo of it. Right, so lean against there, look real natural. Alright, turn the camera on. Just stare off into the distance. Have a look, put in your eyes. Nice, well done, there we go. Here's a portrait photo. Got 200mm full frame equivalent, 100mm marked on the lens, f4. Enjoy. So what then are my final thoughts on this Olympus 12-100mm f4 Pro lens? Is it the ultimate all-rounder for micro four thirds? Well, the focal range certainly suggests it could be. 12mm to 100mm, you can encompass all kinds of photography within those focal ranges. I've been out tonight, I've done some wide angle landscape photography, some zoomed in long exposure photography, a little bit of wildlife and portraits as well, all with one lens. This is certainly a lens that I would recommend and go out and buy with my own money. The downsides are we're losing a stop of light over the 12 to 14. It's not a big deal. If you're out in the middle of the day, you're out a little bit before and a little bit after, around sunrise, you're going to get away with that. If you're out doing some night sky stuff, some low light stuff, I would still prefer the 12 to 40 for that extra stop of light. I hope tonight's little introduction to this lens has been useful for you, and thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up and a like. It does help bring new viewers to see the content. And if you're new here and you see me for the very first time, you'll see some more micro four thirds stuff in the future. Why not hit that subscribe button down below? You'll see more of that every single week. So until next time, I love you and leave you and say peace and goodbye.